Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum, Sat Sri Akal, and good evening. I am Mirza Khurram Beg, and I welcome you all, the honorable members of Parliament, city councillors, His Excellencies, and honorable guests. It is imperative that I should introduce the hosts of today's event to you. So, Mr. Nadeem Kahloon, please if you could stand. And Mr. Ahsan Kahloon, the young and energetic. Please give them a good round of applause to provide us this opportunity for get-together. To start with, I'll request Mr. Maqsood Saqib for Tilawat of Holy Quran.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو عالم الغيب والشهادة هو الرحمن الرحيم هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر سبحان الله عما يشركون هو الله الخالق البارئ المصور له الأسماء الحسنى يسبح له ما في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم.
Now I'll request Khawar Bishir Saab for the translation of the recitation.
I will present the English translation of the verses just recited. In the name of Allah, the gracious, the merciful. He is Allah, and there is no God beside Him, the knower of the unseen and the seen. He is the gracious, the merciful. He is Allah, and there is no God beside Him, the sovereign, the Holy One, the source of peace, the bestower of security, the protector, the mighty, the subduer, the exalted. Holy is Allah far above that which they associate with Him. He is Allah, the Creator, the Maker, the Fashioner. His are the most beautiful names. All that is in the heaven and the earth glorifies Him, and He is the mighty, the wise. Jazakumullah.
Now I'll request you all to please stand up in honor of our national anthem. Gentlemen, today I can see the jubilant faces, the smiles, and the serenity on the faces of our guests. But I tell you, if you could see these faces on the eve of election, just joking. But as you know that it was a tough battle to change the status quo and to bring the change. The goal has been achieved under the able guidance of our leadership, of our beloved leader, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. It was his vision because of which these all able members of Parliament are sitting here to take the Canada to the glory it deserves. To bring the tide of change was not easy. There came many moments of wavering, uncertainty, and anxiety, as polls and media reports wavered. But the thing which did not waver was the resolve of our leader and of these ladies and gentlemen. With this brief introduction, I will request and I will be honored to invite our host, Ahsan Kahloon, to speak about his expressions and his beliefs and his thoughts. So, Mr. Ahsan Kahloon, please come on the stage and share your feelings with us.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening to all of my view friends. It is my honor to welcome our Parliamentary Secretary, Honorable MP Kamal Khera, and respected members of Parliament, Sonia Sidhu, Ruby Sohota, Raj Grewal. I am also privileged to welcome His Excellency, Pakistani Consulate General, Mr. Asghar Golu, and His Excellency, Turkish Consulate General, Mr. Ediniz Shen, and Councillor from Brampton, Mr. Dillon. Kamal Khera has been an inspiration to me since I joined her. She was sincere, selfless, and motivated to serve people. She was tireless and devoted to her cause, and I joined her band of devotees. It was a rare experience to join her in her campaign to serve people. Glimpses of her I got during the time changed my views about the politicians. That was not awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, actually, I want to assure you that all the Liberal MPs present here are part of new motivated and devoted lot. Today, we have gathered here to celebrate the outcome of long struggle and hard-earned victory for the Liberals who want to uphold the Canadian values and principles. Our leader, Prime Minister Trudeau, personally selected his to-be representatives, keeping in view the highest standards of integrity, honor, and record of public service. So these elected public representatives sitting here in front of you represents those high standards and values in the field of public service. We hope that these MPs will follow the ideology and principles set by our great leader and will hold the offices with popular public support for decades to come. Liberals' ideology is there for time to come and will lead Canada to glory and zenith it is destined for. As you all know that we from Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat in Canada why to uphold the similar values, including loyalty to Canada. We abhor extremism and preach love for all, hatred for none. And therefore, I assure you that you will never find us lagging in keeping the Canadian flag high. Here we are thankful to our National Secretary, External Affairs of Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat, Mr. Asif Khan, who is representing National President. And I'm also very thankful to our president of Brampton. He's not here. So his representative here is Mr. Khawar Bashir. He's the vice president. So I'm also thankful to him. I'm also thankful to Mr. Ashfaq, who is president of Ansar region in Brampton. Whenever the volunteers were needed, those were provided for support of our campaign. Moreover, by hosting this dinner, my brother Nadeem and I wanted to continue the legacy of our late father, Mr. Khalid Zia Kahloon, to uphold and encourage and good values in politics. Now, I will request Honorable MP and Parliamentary Secretary Kamal Khera to share her views and thoughts with us, please. Thank you.
Those were very kind words, Ahsan. Thank you for that. Assalamu alaikum and Assalamu alaikum and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Before I begin, I want to acknowledge my colleagues, Raj Grewal, Member of Parliament from Brampton East, Ruby Sahoda, Member of Parliament from Brampton North, Sania Sidhu, Member of Parliament from Brampton South, my neighbor riding, the Councillor General of Pakistan and Councillor General of Turkey, as well as Councillor Gurpreet Dillon. Thank you to all my friends that are here today. I'm honored to be given the opportunity to be here tonight and express my gratitude towards everyone who has shown support in bringing real change to Canada. My dear friends Ahsan Kahloon and Nadeem Zia have put together this amazing dinner to show what we accomplished together. Without the support of the Ahmadiyya community, I would not be in the position that I am today. I would especially like to thank the Ahmadiyya Jamaat National President, who's not here, Mr. Lal Khan Malik, and the National Secretary of External Affairs, Mr. Asif Khan. Their leadership and vision is the reason that the Muslim Ahmadiyya Jamaat has such a powerful voice. This year, we're celebrating the 50th year of this great organization, and through its continued success, we look forward to many more. For Canada as a country to succeed, we need to draw from our strengths. Our cultural diversity allows us to learn from each other. It allows us to explore the viewpoints we never knew before. Our future depends on the ability to see eye to eye, to be open to one another, and support each other when needed. Today, Canadian families are facing unique challenges, issues relating to our health, our economy, our infrastructure, and equal rights for all citizens. Our government is dedicated to tackling all these issues with informed policies. We encourage the Ahmadiyya community to have a voice in these issues and express their viewpoints. I would like to make a reference to a quote from His Holiness, Hazrat Mirza Masbood Ahmed, the 5th Khalifa of Ahmadiyya Muslim community. Quote, "We should always make sure that our differences, our personal egos, and party interests are set aside for the greater good, and rather we must prioritize national progress. And when we think and act in the way, our differences will not be a means of impairment, but will actually play a positive role in the nation's future well-being and development." And it ends. We stand here today to celebrate what this community has accomplished. And with gratitude, I say thank you from all of us for supporting us, for guiding us, and we hope that we have your continued support. We look forward to working together with the Ahmadiyya community, not just for the next 4 years, but for many more. Thank you for showing us what community really means. Thanks.
Awesome words spoken by our Viz. Now I'll request respected MP Sonia Sidhu from Brampton South to speak her mind. Please.
Good evening. Thank you for joining tonight Consul General from Pakistan, Consul from Turkish, and my colleagues, Raj Grewal, Ruby Sahuda, Kamal, Consular Vijay Gurpitalan, Ahsan, all distinguished guests, and all Ahmadiyya Jamaat. I want to first thank my friend, Mr. Ahsan Zia and Nadeem Zia, organizing tonight's event and for inviting me and my fellow MPs. It's always welcome-minded to how we achieved all this through the support of our friends. Without the support of our friends and members of the community, none of us would be standing here as a newly elected member of Parliament. We never would have made history in Canada with a government that is diverse as the country itself. I'm pleased to be standing in front of you as a part of this new government. One of the most amazing things that I witnessed during the election was the communities across Canada came together to show what they wanted, real change. Alongside my colleagues, we are going to work hard to make sure that we have to work together tonight, not only as a promise that we will continue to work hard to ensure that we need to our community are represented to the government, but to celebrate our combined success. I want to take a moment to congratulate my colleague Kamal for her appointment as a Parliament Secretary to Honorable Jane Philibert, Minister of Health. I have worked in the healthcare industry for many years, and I know that there are issues that need to be addressed. There's no one I would trust more to do this so than my friend Kamal. She has already achieved so much, including being a youngest Liberal MP. I look forward to working with her in both Ottawa and Brampton. One thing that I have already frequently in the past few years said that was the winning the election was the very busy part. I know how that is true. We have challenging months ahead. But I'm confident that with the support of my colleagues and the Ahmadiyya community and other communities as well, together we will overcome these challenges and bring forth the real change that you all people asked for. I want to also thank the organizers of tonight's event for allowing us the chance to meet once again before the new session of Parliament begins. I know we have all been worked hard to set up new offices and learn more about our roles, but it's nice to have a night with my fellow MPs and other distinguished guests to be reminded why we are here to represent everyone here tonight. So once again, thank you for your continued support. I look forward to working with everyone here to help make Canada the best that it can be. Thank you very much.
Thank you, MP Sonia Sidhu. And now we welcome respected MP Ikra Khalid. She has just joined us from Mississauga, Parliment.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Namaste, Sat Sri Akal. Good evening. It is definitely an honor to be here, and I was rushing to make sure that I could make it in celebrating my amazing friend and colleague Kamal and make sure that I'm part of this event, because it really does reflect on where Canada is going. When we see people like Kamal being appointed as Parliamentary Secretary, we know that there is a lot of work cut out for us. We knew this when we started campaigning. We knew this as we knocked on doors. We knew this as we talked to people, door to door to door. We realized what those issues are, what those concerns are. We're realizing it more today as we speak to constituents, as we try to help them in their day-to-day, with their immigration matters, with their healthcare matters, with their tax matters, and so many more. We help to build communities. And we can't do it without great people like there are in this room. You have always been there for us when we were campaigning, when we were really hoping to make an impact And it's quite true. Nobody makes an impact on their own. We all work together, and we have. We've shown over this past year how great we work together, regardless of what our color is, what our gender is, where we come from, and how old we are. We can work together because we are united with a common goal. We are united for a bigger and a better Canada, and together we will do it, guys. Very, very happy to be here today. Thank you very, very much for having me, Mr. Nadeem and Mr. Ahsan as well. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you for encouraging words, MP Ikra Khalid from Mississauga and Mills. And now I'll request respected MP Ruby Sahuta to come and give us her feelings.
Assalamu alaikum, Sat Sri Akal, good evening, everybody. I don't want to be too repetitive, but I know we all felt the love through the election period, and I can't say that enough that the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat has been very supportive, and I appreciate all the contributions they've made in my campaign and my fellow colleagues' campaigns. We've built a friendship that I know will last a lifetime. So thank you for that. And Ahsan, Kahloon, and Nadeem, you will be friends for life, and I know that. I've never met somebody that's been so passionate about politics and so sincere. And, I hope that you will always find a friend in me, and when any problem or anything occurs for the Ahmadiyya community, please contact any of us. You have our support, and we will work hard for this community and all the communities that create this great country. So, in conclusion, I just want to say, I think that, just like my colleagues have said, I'd like to also, thank Kamal, congratulate you on your appointment. It's fantastic and it's very exciting. I know you'll do a great job. Brampton has a lot of healthcare issues, and I know that as new parliamentarians, we're encountering a lot of people with concerns. So if you ever need my support or anything from the riding of Brampton North, please don't ever hesitate to let me know. And I know through us all working together, we can create that change that we were talking about. So that is our promise to you, that we won't let other things get in the way, that all of the members of Parliament that you see here tonight will continue to work together to serve you as a community. And our friendship will only grow from here. So thank you, and I hope everybody enjoys the evening, and we'll get to mingle a little bit more. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, MP Sahutra. And when you see such intermingling spirit between the MPs, then you think rightly that they are going to make good laws for you. Now I'll invite respected Member of Parliament, Raj Grewal from Brampton East. Please welcome him.
Assalamu alaikum, Sat Sri Akal, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And first and foremost, welcome to Brampton East, the best riding in the country. Well, give us a round of applause. I'm so honored and privileged to be here with all of you tonight and to congratulate my good friend Kamal Khaira on her appointment as Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Health. I couldn't have thought of a better person, so let's please give her a round of applause. When you're in campaign mode, you work hard, and my colleagues will attest to this as well. Putting your name on the ballot is never an easy decision. It's a difficult personal decision. It's a difficult decision for your family. And I couldn't be prouder of anybody irrespective of party allegiance, that takes the step to run for public office. And today we're joined by a lot of people who have given themselves to public service, including my good friend Gurpreet Dillon, City Councillor for Wards 9 and 10, Consulate General from Turkey, the Consulate General from Pakistan, who I had the privilege of meeting when I was a lawyer in my previous career at our firm Gowlings. That's some good work with his nation and our nation. And that's what I want to talk about for a minute or two, about nation building. What makes Canada the greatest country in the world is that we all actively participate in the democratic process. That for time to time, all around the globe, democracy is the issue that there's so many conflicts about. Yet in Canada, sometimes we take it for granted. We take our Charter of Rights and Freedoms for granted. That, in this country, no matter where you come from, no matter what religion you practice, no matter your social status, if you work hard, anything is possible. And I think a lot of the people in this room can attest to that. And going forward, on October 19th was a great day. It was a phenomenal day. We had a great new Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Justin Trudeau. But the work actually started on October 20th. The Canadians have placed their trust in this new government. Now, this new government has a huge responsibility to ensure that all Canadians across this country have an opportunity to succeed. That's a tall task. And we're going to need your help. Just like we had your help throughout the campaign and on October 19th, we're going to need your help to build a better country, to take those risks. Yes, the government is there to support from a policy perspective. But nations are created because Canadians, just like yourselves, will do the work of nation building, taking the risk, building your own businesses, working hard day in, day out to educate your children, to ensure that the future of our country is bright. And at the end, all I can say is that we, on behalf of the Canadian government, will do whatever we can to help get you there. If I can ever be of any service in Brampton East, I'm only a phone call away, and my office is opening just on Gateway and Queen on January 25th. Come on down, say hi, and at the end, I just want to congratulate again the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat for a tremendous organization. That slogan is something that all of humanity can agree on, which is love for all and hatred for none. Thank you very much.
Wow, so much energy emitting from these young MPs. It's good to see. And next, I'll request City Councillor Mr. Dhillon to come and talk about his feelings.
This thing move up. I'll do my best. Thank you so much. Firstly, I want to say Assalamu alaikum, Sat Sri Akal, and hello and welcome to everybody here. We're here to celebrate some of our new MPs who've come into office recently. And I think, as Raj pointed out, we're here to celebrate Canada, but we're also here to thank the Ahmadiyya community as well for their great contributions. I had a chance to go to Vaughan at the main mosque, and it was a tremendous honor for me, and I really learned a lot about how caring and giving and loving the Ahmadiyya community is. So I want to thank you so much. We're here to congratulate them, but I think there's something greater that we have to do going forward. That's to support these MPs because they've worked so hard and they have a great burden on their shoulders. They have to take care of a country. And so it's a great moment of pride for me when I was able to learn that we had so many people of South Asian descent who were able to win. And I always think back to what my dad, some of the stories he tells me when he came in the early 70s of how difficult it was for people like us, people of our color, just to live in this country. And look how far we've come. And I think Justin Trudeau summed it up perfectly. He says, somebody asked him about his cabinet, why it's so diverse, and he says it's because it's 2015. And I think the 19 South Asians or 20 South Asians that we have elected, that just goes to show how far we've come as a country, and I couldn't be more proud. I'm a city councilor, so I'm just going to go on a tangent a little to the city level, because I think there's a lot of work that we need done at the city level as well. We don't have the diversity. We have 1.2 million people in the region of Peel, and you're looking at the only person of a minority background. So I think at all levels of government, we really have to come together. It doesn't matter if we're Muslim, it doesn't matter if we're Sikh, it doesn't matter if we're Hindu, it doesn't matter if we don't believe in anything. But we have to come together and we have to show that, you know what, we are here and that we should be represented. So whether you live in Mississauga, whether you live in Brampton or Kahloon, what I'm urging you guys to is get involved. And I'm going to give you an example. We just threw away $300 million for an LRT that we had in Brampton because we don't have the right people in charge. We don't have the right leadership in place. So again, let's look at all levels. We have so much success. We started off at federal. Let's keep supporting them. And I want to thank, I didn't forget about you. I didn't forget about you. And I want to congratulate Kamal Khera. This is such an important position that she's been appointed to. And I had a chance to see and witness her campaign. And she worked really hard. And all these guys worked really hard. And I told Raj before, I said, don't take too long. But now I'm taking too long. So I'm going to wrap up this speech. But I want to thank everybody for the bottom of my heart. And I think you guys are doing so much good work. And if I can be involved or help in any way, any little way that I can, please keep me in the loop. I unfortunately have to go a little bit early. But Assalamu alaikum, Sat Sri Akal, and thank you so much.
So diversity is the word which Mr. Dhillon preached, and that is for us all. So now I'll request His Excellency, Mr. Asghar Ali Gul, to come and speak for us.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Honorable guests, newly elected members of Parliament, Councillor, Mr. Kahloon, where is he gone? My fellow colleague, Consul General of Turkey, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum, good evening, Sat Sri Akal. First of all, I wish you all a happy and prosperous New Year. When I came here in Toronto about 3 years back, I was amazed to see such a great society and the country. Of course, all of you deserve applause for that. One thing that really bothered me was the low turnout of Pakistanis in the electioning process. We worked together. Khan Sahib is here. I knocked his door a number of times. My dear brother, late Maqsood, I worked with him. And then from that day, we worked tirelessly to bring our community out, requesting them to vote. And I think while all of you have been, highlighting various aspects of election, 19 October elections, but for me, the turning point in this election and the high point of this elections is the highest number of our community people coming out and vote. And I must congratulate each one of you for coming out and voting and changing the exact shape of Canada for which it was known for in the entire world. For Pakistanis, I would describe them very hardworking, intelligent, and best of their hearts. I have yet to see, all South Asians almost share most of the sentiments that we share, but I place Pakistanis and South Asians among the top echelon of all societies I have seen in Britain and East Europe, in North America. I just request you to keep it up join your hands and make Canada even better than it is today. I assure all the honorable members of Parliament of our full support to your endeavors to make Canada a best place in the world. One thing that I request my fellow countrymen, which I will divert into my language, is, which I understand, all of you would understand, कि अपना जो हमारा सकाफ़त है, ज़बान है, उसको आप कभी न छोड़ें. मैंने देखा है रिसेंटली हमने आहिस्ता आहिस्ता हम अपनी सकाफ़त, ज़बान और कल्चर से थोड़ा दूर होते जा रहे हैं. तो मैं आप सबसे गुजारिश यही करूँगा, ये सबसे बेहतरीन मौका है कि हम इस अजीम मुल्क में, जहाँ पे मल्टीकल्चरलिज़म और अपनी अपनी ज़बानों को फ़रोग़ देने के लिए बहुत कोशिश की जाती है, इस माहौल में भी अगर हम अपनी ज़बान और सकाफ़त और तमद्दुन को छोड़ देंगे तो बदकिस्मती होगी. मुझे उम्मीद है कि आप सब मिलके इस अजीम मुल्क को एक शानदार मुल्क में तब्दील कर देंगे और सब मिलके हम तमाम नफ़रतें, तमाम अदावतें ख़त्म करेंगे और मिल बैठ के ही हम तमाम मुश्किलात का सामना करेंगे. मैं आखिर में सबको दुआ करूँगा कि अल्लाह ताला आप सबको खुश खुर्रम आबाद रखे, आपके बच्चों को आबाद रखे, हमारा राब्ता कायम रहेगा. कनाडा पाकिस्तान दोस्ती जिंदाबाद, पाकिस्तान पाइंदाबाद.
His Excellency Asghar Guru rightly advised us to carry forward our cultural and social values. Thank you very much, sir. So, anybody out of you have flu? Raise hands. Okay, nobody. Okay, one. So let me share a secret. Today I was a normal invitee, but when I came here I was suffering from the flu. And the host could not stop me from barging in. So they made me stand here, so I remained isolated. So sir, you are the next one. So next I'll request His Excellency Erdogan Shen to come and speak the kind words.
Well, thank you. It's an honor and privilege to be among brothers and sisters tonight to celebrate the election of the Honorable MPs. I would like to congratulate Mr. Kera and all other Honorable MPs for the outcome of elections. I arrived here in September. It was the mid of the election period in Canada. It was maybe the very heated time, and it was amazing to see how the election carried out and how the honorable MPs were elected. 100,000 Turks living in Canada have all celebrated the results of this election. And we are very happy that the Honorable Prime Minister Trudeau made his first overseas visit to Turkey to attend the G20 summit in Antalya. And just a week after that, our foreign ministers made their first meeting in Brussels in the margins of the NATO foreign ministers meeting. And we hope that more will come. So we cherish your joy, and we hope that all together with our brothers and sisters here, who I had the privilege to meet at various occasions since my arrival here. People told me when they heard that I'm going to Canada, Canada is cold, what are you going to do in the winter? But here I always feel the warmth of my brothers and sisters. You know, I feel at home. It's very interesting. It is our fourth foreign post, and my wife told me one day when we were walking on the Young Street that she said, "This time I'm feeling at home." So thank you for making feel us at home. Also, I would like to recognize Mrs. Filiz Özmısırlı, who was a nominee from the Liberal Party. She's one of the first ladies I met here. And also, you know, Miss Kera is one of the first friends I met in Toronto. It was my 5th day in a meeting organized by Mrs. Filiz. So I'm happy that we are all together and ready to support you to enjoy your success. Thank you.
His Excellency Shen called Canada his second home. Thank you for that. So now I'll request Mr. Mahmood Khan to come and speak his words. You all know him. If you don't know him, then you are not a good liberal and neither a good community Pakistani.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, Sat Sri Akal, Namaste, and good evening. I would like to thanks to the organizer of this meeting who very kindly invited me. And I am also very much happy to see our future leaders sitting over here. I came to Canada in 1967. I have been over 30 years, 35 years with the union. But I have been liberal from day one. Why I was a liberal while I was in the union? When I came to Canada, Liberal MP was receiving the people at the airport. So you can understand what kind of a party is that. All the human rights, all the achievement in this country have been introduced by Liberal Party. We are living in a democratic society. And if you want to see if democratic process is working in this country, have to see that if people under privilege, people who are weak, people who cannot stand up, if they are getting benefits. Brothers and sisters, I had been struggling from day one because I am from minority. If I tell you what kind of a hardship we have gone through, it will take a long time. And I'm not going to get involved in that one, but I can tell you that we came to this country because we heard that this is a great country. But now we know this is a great country. Thing is that at this time, I want to talk about democracy. And I think this is a very dry meeting and I want to make it a little bit more colorful. Because one student from BA, he failed. And his father was minister. Indians are saying minister was from Pakistan, and Pakistan is saying he was from India. But you people decide. And that minister was distributing sweets. And a lot of people, they thought maybe he did not know that his son did not, pass. People asked, he said, how come you are giving distribution and you are distributing sweets? Your son did not pass. He said, I believe in democracy. I believe in majority. Majority failed. My son failed. I'm very happy. Over here, as you know that there are 334 seats, if I'm not mistaken. 38, okay. And 184 are from Liberal. Maybe one more or less, you correct me. So we are in majority. We are not majority from the people who fail. We are majority from the people who pass. And ladies and gentlemen, there are two basic things for any success in life. Number one, you have to be honest. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to be honest with Almighty God. You have to be honest with the people whom you are representing. Second thing is hard working. I was always talking to my son Ahsan that first time people elect you, then after that you elect yourself. If you will work hard, if you will look after the interests of the people whom you are representing, regardless of who you are, they will vote for you. Because very good example I can give myself, that I was elected 8 terms consecutively. Each term was 3 years. And after 24 years, I resigned because I went to the National Union. They did not care about my English. They did not care my height. They did not care about my color or religion. They just want to see if I represent them honestly and help them out wherever there was a problem. So I am very, very glad. I have very respect for these leaders, young leaders. And I hope that next time that they are going to have more than 84 members. I tell you why I'm saying this one. Because I'm glad there are a lot of Asians, because what I heard, maybe it is right or wrong, there were 16 Asians were running from Liberal and 15 were elected. Can you believe that? You know, thing is that if we don't have more than 15 or more than, whatever we have elected, then it means we did not work hard. And if you work hard, that is good for you. That is good for your, back country. That is good for your religion. That's good for your color. That is good for everyone. Because people are going to talk, this guy is from India or this guy is from Pakistan or whatever the case may be. So I request you humbly that work hard and be honest. And next election is your election. It's not Mr. Trudeau's election. It depends on your performance, how you are going to serve the people. And one thing more which I want to say, which I have been doing, and I advise my son, never say no to nobody. You must put your efforts. There might be something you can do, something you cannot do. But if you put efforts, sometimes impossible thing you can make it possible. And I hope that in next election, if I'm still alive, I want to see many more people sitting over here. Thank you very much.
Some very precious words of wisdom for honorable MPs by Mr. Mahmood Khan. Thank you, sir. Now I'll request Mr. Asif Khan, the External Affairs Secretary of Ahmadi Jamaat Canada, to come and speak his mind, please.
Assalamu alaikum. Thanks for having me here as well as a guest today. It's rather an honor to be sitting at the table with all of our elected officials. I wanted to make sure, we felt a lot of love, the Ahmadi Muslim Jamaat, from all of our speakers, so very much appreciate those kind words. But want to be clear that our host tonight is Ahsan Zia. And the reason why I say this is I just want to make sure I don't get the bill for dinner tonight. Right? I oversee the public relations across the country in Canada. It's really nice to be able to see individuals get rather involved. We see it across in different cities where members like Ahsan get intimately involved with their elected officials. And so thank you very much for allowing that volunteerism, the spirit of volunteerism. And one thing, since I have you all here right now, I just want to make it clear as to why the Ahmadi Muslim Jamaat likes to get close to our federal elected officials. It's really simple. We have some issues in Pakistan. Councillor General Ghola Sahab obviously is very passionate about our concerns as well. And if there's one ask that we have from our government officials, it says help us restore our voting rights in Pakistan. And that's really it. So hopefully you can help us do that. One thing I'd like to say too is with that, in the beginning we all had the Canadian National Anthem being sung. My request is the next time you hear the Canadian National Anthem, everybody should actually say the words, learn the words. It'd be nice to see a room of South Asians actually when we talk about diversity and serving this country, let's actually sing that national anthem with a lot of pride. And I'll end my note, because I feel maybe there's dinner right after me. I'll end it with a joke. And I shared this joke earlier with Raj Grewal. It's the only political joke I know. It involves an NDP and a Conservative. So maybe my Liberal friends might get mad at me, but I'll tell the joke anyways. There's an individual, a friend, who goes to visit his longtime friend. And they're living in the same town now. So he goes to his house and he goes to visit them. He comes to the door. They greet him inside. They give him some coffee, some biscuits. And then their 8-year-old or 9-year-old daughter comes running down the stairs, and they say, you know, Judy, come over here. We want to introduce you to our friend from university. So this gentleman meets the daughter, and then he asks the daughter, he goes, what do you want to be when you grow up? She says, I want to be the Prime Minister of Canada. He goes, wow, that's really amazing. When you become the Prime Minister of Canada, what is it that you want to do? She goes, I want to give everybody in the country a free house. So the parents are really proud. They pat her on the back. They say, look at our daughter. She's such a proud member of the NDP party. So then he says to her, you know, I'm going to help you fill your goal today. We're going to go back to my house. I'm going to have you cut my grass. And I'm going to give you $20 for cutting my grass. Then we're going to drive down another few blocks, and there's some homeless people. And we're going to give that homeless person the $20. So this 9-year-old daughter thinks for a few minutes, and she says, I got a better idea. Why don't we go straight to the homeless person, pick him up, take him to your place, have him cut your grass, and then you just give him the $20. He pats her on the back. He says, welcome to the Conservative Party. Thank you.
So here was Mr. Asif Khan, and he was presenting quite a few of Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat Canada. And we'll request Mirza Afzal Beg to lead us in silent prayers, please.
I don't have a speech to deliver, so I'm simply saying Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum to all of you. I just pray that God gives you the wisdom and integrity to run your affairs for which you have committed. And as Khan Sahib said very beautifully, that you are elected now, next time you elect yourself with your deeds and your commitment. I do not know many people on this table except my very dear friend Golu Sahib, and I commend you, sir, for your integration with the diversity of the communities and your attitude of service, the place which God has put you and the way you render it. All I can say, God bless you, and always make more people like you who reach out to the communities and make them believe that we are all one and we should run for one goal. God bless Canada. Please join me in silent prayer. And we do silent prayer because you can pray whatever comes to your mind. I'll be praying for the world peace. I'll be praying for the success of Canada. And may God make Canada the world and world becomes Canada. Please join me in silent prayer. Allahumma Ameen. Thank you very much.
Here I would like to mention that it will be pertinent to mention that Mr. Honorable MP Ramesh Sangha was supposed to come, but he couldn't because he was abroad. So now I can see expectant faces to ask for dinner. Yes, please, dinner is open, and you can have your dinner, please, now.